All right, let's get started then. What's good, squad? FrostyPhenix here. Welcome to another edition of Phuca-Pod. Be sure to check us out all across social media at Phucaname, Phucaname. Be sure to check us out wherever our podcast is available. If you like the content, however you are listening to us, give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and leave a comment for any content you want to hear us cover in the future, or however we can improve our content if need be. Here with the usual squad specs, introduce yourselves and where you want people to find you on these interwebs.
What's up, y'all? You already know. It's your boy WaveyGawd here, the sneaker lover, anime watcher, video game player. Trying to make $1, trying to get rich, but these hobbies made me poor. You know what I'm saying?
Bars.
I'm gonna pass it on to the next squad mate right now.
Right, keep it short and sweet. I don't even got nothing to say, dog. Look, man, what's good, y'all? This CorneredFox, aka Leroy Justice. You already know CorneredFox is more dangerous than a jackal. I'm gonna always shout out Hideo Kojima. I'm gonna shout out Dune 2 because it was fire. And you know what, man? This is gonna be a good episode, man. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. We got True Noob here with us to rock, so let me pass it to him.
Yeah, one True Noob here. We got a lot of great topics. I mean, still working on my story. Definitely will bring updates when I have more, but I got some things in the kitchen that are cooking.
Hey, I'm with that. You already know when you pass this to us, y'all gonna get it on all social medias and stuff like that. And I told y'all if we told y'all on Threads that it's gonna be a nice little episode. A lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of stuff been happening, so y'all gonna be in for a ride. So
Absolutely. But we will be remiss as a squad that we talk about all video games, anime, and stuff like that. But the one news bite that hit the world really hard was the passing of well-known mangaka, Japanese manga artist Akira Toriyama. Passed away from acute subdural hematoma at the age of 68. He gained notoriety for his popular manga series Dr. Slump, followed by DragonBall. Now, he's regarded as one of the most important authors in the history of manga, and his works are highly influential and popular across all cultures. The news of his death rippled around the world. Countless social media profiles and creators remarked on Toriyama's influence on their life. Several well-known artists paid their respects. One Piece's Oda, Naruto creator Kishimoto, and more. World leaders recognized Toriyama's effect on the world. Japan's chief cabinet secretary Yoshimasa Hayashi, French President Emmanuel Macron, and foreign ministers of China and El Salvador issued statements of condolences over his death.
El Salvador?
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, one of the biggest things about what Toriyama did with Dragon Ball and the culture of Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball is huge in Japan, obviously, but it's also heavy here in America in the Black community. Like we rock with Dragon Ball, and Latin America rides for Dragon Ball. They ride for Look, man, Latin America goes hard for Dragon Ball. I mean, I'm serious. Like Mark was talking about, we was talking about earlier. Some of these forums and some of these blogs and communities, it is heavy. In Hispanic, Latin, Spanish speaking community, like they be going in, and it's a good time. So the reach that Dragon Ball had, and not just Dragon Ball, obviously those are his biggest works, and he's done many more, but heavy impact from Toriyama, heavy impact.
Big impact. And it's actually kind of interesting. This one is more rumor mill, so you might have to check me on this. But I heard that actually the Mexican cartels issued a ceasefire on behalf of Toriyama because and like you were saying,
I think I did see that somewhere.
It's so heavy in the Latin American community that they actually had a day of like ceasefire for the Mexican cartels because of it.
Man, you know how fire that is. We're talking about a work of art that's really out here saving lives.
So for that, let me see.
Yeah, do check me if I'm wrong there, but that was one of the things that I actually heard. And while you're checking that, I just wanted to kind of go into like Toriyama, of course, in his most famous work, Dragon Ball, but he's also done art for Chrono Trigger and also for Dragon Quest. Toriyama's work, Dragon Ball, was my gateway into anime. It was not the first anime that I saw, but it was definitely the most influential. It was the one that I looked at. I remember exactly the episode. It was the second one, Dragon Ball Z, on the Toonami block, pretty much 5 p.m. or like 5:30 after school.
I think was it 5? What was it? Was it in 5 o'clock?
Yeah, I forget when kids get out now. but yeah, it was on. I would rush home to watch it, and I'm watching Toonami, and I see the battle between Goku, Piccolo, and Raditz.
Ooh.
And I had never seen animation like this before. It was anything. It was so much different than anything that Warner Brothers put out or Disney. These weird guys with spiky hair, this slug-looking dude with antenna fighting this dude in, I guess, armor, but it didn't really look like armor.
Right, like...
And they're going at it like they're fighting, and like I pressed the fast forward button. I used to call it when I was in school, fast forward fighting. That's what I used to call it, because it looked like you press the fast forward button and they would just go at it. And I'm like, I had never seen that art style before, and I wanted to know more about it. And from that episode, I was hooked. I was completely hooked.
That was definitely one of the gateway anime drugs for a lot of youth in America. Like Noob said, wasn't my first. My first was actually Sailor Moon, and then Dragon Ball afterwards. But like I said many times in this podcast, I didn't have cable growing up, so I had to I watched some episodes, but then my main going into like Dragon Balls, and it came to kids WB with Dragon Ball Z Kai. So I mean, which a lot of people don't like that version because of the censoring and stuff, but it's whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, nah, man. Look, same deal for me. Sailor Moon is what it was, and then Dragon Ball was right there after it in terms of what got me into anime. And when I got older, I mean, not too old, but a little bit older, we was on LimeWire and all them things, right?
Oh, shout out to LimeWire! Wow,
right? That's
shout out to viruses, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I was able to go.
Hello,
back
government. We got him.
Continue.
We got him.
Man, look, y'all don't y'all got bigger fish to fry? That's my message for y'all. Y'all got some bigger fish to fry?
Yeah, fact.
Right. Can we fix Social Security? Can we fix minority businesses? Can we fix healthcare? Like, but you worry.
And that's when they hang up. Like, oh.
Right. But you okay. Yeah. Anyways, so I had seen some Dragon Ball episodes. And obviously Dragon Ball Z was, big time, but it wasn't until I was able to get that I was able to find Dragon Ball. So then I went.
Oh, so you watched Z first, but you watched Dragon Ball. I mean, that's what.
Yeah, I watched Z first.
Well, Z wasn't done. Z wasn't done. It was while Z was still going.
Yeah,
I was watching Dragon Ball because I was like, oh, let me peep this, and then I got hooked on Dragon Ball. I was like, bruh, this is GOAT. And so then watching Dragon Ball Z was that much more fulfilling after the fact. And also too, when watching, I was like, oh, this should Journey to the West. You know what I'm saying? But it was fire. But yeah, man, you really just see how, Dragon Ball was kind of that Journey to the West / Superman / whatever.
Oh, most definitely.
Earth story.
Yeah.
And then Dragon Ball Z immediately hits you with, but wait, there's more Saiyans. You know what I'm saying? This whole Saiyan thing that y'all thought was just about this little tale. No, it's a thing.
It's more than that.
Yeah. And so that really was tight because, it let us know nah, we're not done yet. And then of course, I mean, there's a million moments that came after, there's so many. Yeah.
For me,
I would say, what about you, Frosty? I would ask you that too.
For me, it was watching Z, and it came on. I think at one point they even had it airing in the morning. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was either in the 90s or 2000. They had it airing in the morning, Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball before going to school. It was very brief, kind of slid it in the morning slot on Cartoon Network. But generally, everybody else watching it on Toonami, I think that was the first that I saw it on Toonami, and I don't necessarily remember when Dragon Ball came into my awareness, but I think when they finally slid Dragon Ball onto Toonami was also another key for me. But I'm gonna throw this out there for y'all. I don't know if you remember this: Dragon Ball: Curse of the Blood Rubies.
I heard of it, but I haven't seen it though. No.
Yeah. What about it?
So in general, I think even going back as far as two things that recently, say always remembering this movie. Like when I go back to Dragon Ball, I bet you people. Now, not to old head anybody, but like I bet you didn't see that. And this, of course, is the anime movies when they combine the whole season into one movie, and then like add an extra a boss onto the end of the movie that wasn't even in the original. It was like some type of like a alternate timeline situation. So like I don't remember exactly what the movie was about. I have to read the synopsis again. But that movie, like renting that movie from Blockbuster. Hold on, I need my Tylenol. Renting that movie from Block, or at least my parents renting that, because I ain't rent nothing. I had no money.
It was just everybody at the time against whatever king dude or whatever. It was corny, but like I thought it was cool.
But
like Yamcha and then Bulma, it was all
when everybody was relevant. We'll go into that. We'll go into that shortly.
Starting early.
The other thing,
we're supposed to keep this positive. What are you doing?
I was talking about the characters, not Toriyama. It's a great story in general, but the music, I found it recently. I didn't think about it yesterday. Is on Apple Music. I think the original Dragon Ball. I think there's like a Dragon Ball Z album too as well. So I was like, I'm going to dive into that music later on. But like getting to a point where anime music is now on like mainstream music, we had to like look it up on LimeWire. I didn't do it, but Sony did. Okay. but LimeWire, YouTube.
I sure did. So what they going to do?
LimeWire, YouTube.
What are we really talking about?
Other places you could only find anime music you recorded or whatever. But
right.
Overall, in general, Dragon Ball was just staple. Whether it's not your favorite, it was there in your rotation of what you watched, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. It was in there.
Or Saturday morning at 10 o'clock on Kids WB.
That's right.
Did it air on WD too?
Yeah, that's when Kai came out. Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Oh, well, yeah, you said that.
It wasn't at 10 o'clock for me on the West Coast. But
and so, one of the things that I really... I was really thinking about just Toriyama as a writer and how he had this masterful way, especially through most of his stories, Dr. Slump and Dragon Ball, where he wasn't even really writing as American artists would write. Of course, the American sensibility of Western, which was influenced by, Greek plays, comedies, tragedies, whatnot.
Yeah.
You usually have, a protagonist that's trying to do something, and the good guy wins in the end, right? Or the protagonist. Toriyama's writings weren't always like that. It was really just a journey. And you really kind of saw that in Dragon Ball, how Goku, yes, he was protecting his friends, but he really just liked to fight. And it really was just the next challenge.
That's really what it was. Yeah.
It was just the next challenge.
He was a crackhead. His crack was fighting. Like,
I mean, if you want to say it like that,
Joint took him away from his family. Joint took him away from it.
He
was like, bro. He was like, look,
I want to fight.
That's he was loved.
He was like, oh wait, it's a good strong enemy.
Yeah. What was it? People were like, oh, I could chill after this tournament. Where'd Goku go? And it's a letter. Hey guys, I'm already off on my next journey. I'll see y'all in a year. It went to train with God at the end of Dragon Ball. Like came back for the tournament, for no other particular reason.
Hey, but he knew that like there was more to his niceness.
Yeah. And
like they unlocked that joint. I mean, that's what happened. Dragon Ball, he had one of the biggest glow ups in anime.
Yeah.
I still say his glow up when he came back and was tall, and Mugs was like, who are you? It's like, it's me. It's Goku. You know what I'm saying? He was like, what? And then I never forget that dude in the tournament tried to punch him and this man disappeared. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, where did he go? you know what I'm saying? Like the whole time, like at least you would hear like the pew or whatever, like going fast or whatever when he fight, General Tao or whatever. But I'm just like, nah, Goku just vanished. I was like, excuse me. No. He's a little too strong now.
You're not supposed to be this nice.
Because now we're getting to the, like, I was okay with him shooting beams as a kid and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, okay, now you're a teenager vanishing on Mugs. Like,
well, and to note that even to a point where his speed at the end wasn't a technique, that was just his natural speed, because they were already doing that, like the clone technique that he learned watching Tien midway through the series. I think it was his first Budokai when he fought Tien, or was it the second?
I think it was the
I
second.
think it might have been. It might have been the first. I think it was the first.
But his first Budokai when he fought Tien and learned the clone technique, or like the way you move so fast that you can, create after image technique. The after image technique. And why he didn't win any of those tournaments. I don't think he won the final one against King Piccolo.
I think he fought what's his name?
Jackie Chun.
Jackie Chun. Yeah,
Roshi.
Yeah, it might have been him.
So I forgot who he lost to the first. I think both times. No, both times he lost to. I think the first time he lost to Jackie Chun. The second time he might have lost to Tien, but Tien didn't. I don't think he fought. I don't think he felt like that was a win because they were like going like in the sky with it, and the only reason he lost because Goku hit the ground outside of the city first.
Yeah.
Or no, he hit a car. He hit a car.
You remember when he bounced off the joint? He was like, and remember, at this time, Goku's like a child.
He hit a car that was moving in the traffic, falling from the sky and fighting a dude with an eye in the middle of his forehead.
This is a child. Like, this is a child.
That led us all, through Gateway to other anime, and I think it really speaks.
They was Naruto level then. that Tien would have been would have ran through the Chunin exams. That Tien. What are we talking? What? Please.
I know that when Toriyama was alive, each of the mangaka, I think, started a project, and I forget exactly what the name was. Just speaking to the reverence that they have for this man, that each of the current mangaka drew Dragon Ball Z covers in their own art style. And like each of them, like Taikubo, Masashi Kishimoto, like a whole bunch of them would draw these iconic covers in their own style. And kind of just all owing it to, hey, we looked up to and we read Dragon Ball growing up, and you could see the influence Dragon Ball. How many manga beforehand had the quintessential power up?
None. No one.
No one. Battle manga.
Not like that.
Right.
Even
the current McDonald's commercial, like as it is recording, that they're doing the McDonald's sauce or whatever.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that last night, I think.
And the characters like power up and create a crater or whatever. Like no one.
Yeah.
No one.
Right. It wasn't like that. Like there were people who did get stronger,
right?
But it wasn't like this. This was intense hype,
like a glow power about them and whatnot. And
I know people talk about Gear 5. They talk about
Sage mode, like,
Naruto's Sage mode,
Bankai, like Ichigo's Bankai.
But all of that. But you just remember that first time Goku went Super Saiyan.
Oh, bro.
That's like one of my that's cliche, but that's like probably one of my favorite moments of DB.
One of my favorite Toriyama stories too, because it's like, hey, I'm kind of tired of inking everybody's hair. Let's see if we can.
Right.
Let's yell this up real quick.
I'm not trying to. In the manga, it was just like blank, and I'm just like, and I get it, but not to differentiate, but like Kentaro Miura, like Berserk, like look at those panels, like that man would have never. Not saying that he's better or anything like that, but like it's different styles,
different choices,
different choices, and like so it's all valid for me. I mean, the Super Saiyan transformation, and not to like cut you off here, the Super Saiyan transformation was iconic. I mean, by far, but as iconic as it was, like each one that came after, I loved each one that came because. Like they really needed to compare. Like, I mean, I won't say each one, but each major one, because there were many transformations that happened between, and because we
don't discount Goten and Trunks is just like they were fighting one day and fell into it by accident. Like,
well, that's the thing. You had to. I thought what he did that was well was like the shock of the transformation is now gone because we saw it right.
Yeah,
with Goku doing it. So now it's everything surrounding the transformation happening. So now after it, right? Trunks, the shock factor wasn't the Super Saiyan transformation. It was that this kid is a Super Saiyan too. Like, we're just like, wait, we thought there was only one. And then he comes around. Now we're like, that's the shock. It's like, who are you and why and what? Like that was the shock, right? Then when Vegeta gets it, it's about how Vegeta got it. How did he get it? Right?
Mm-hmm. I didn't care anymore.
All that training.
He was like,
right. You know what I'm saying? When Gohan gets it, it's you're a little kid about to die in the time chamber. You know, like, and now you're there. But even they know that ain't enough. Like you went Super Saiyan Gohan, but now you like fourth. And that ain't even enough. You know what I'm saying? Like when Gohan goes Super Saiyan, that was not enough. So that's why Super Saiyan 2 was so powerful. Because we were like, bro, what is going to happen? And then he goes further. We're like, hold on, there's more.
Like, wait a minute.
There's more.
Like, he's still going, but like he's still doing something.
So I think every transformation, it was like, how do you surround this transformation with the context to make it fire? Which, and we'll talk about it as we keep going, which is why some of the later transformations might not have had the same impact. But I think that's why for me, as much as I love the first Super Saiyan transformation and the passion that was in it, all the other ones, oh man, y'all, I'll sit there any day of the week and I will watch that Super Saiyan 3 transformation.
I
was thinking that was the last impactful.
And I will watch it.
The world shook. Like, okay, well,
he was transforming, and that transformation was dangerous, bro. All the Z fighters were like, "Yo, stop! Like, what are you doing?" They were like, "Bro, you gotta chill." You know what I'm saying? Because like this is wild. And then once that scene happened, when his hair started stretching, I was
like, oh.
And then his scream started cracking. His scream started cracking, and I was just like, okay, this is a painful scream now. Like, I feel like he's in pain with this transformation, and all of his friends are worrying for their safety. You got humans running around, stuff falling, like it's chaos. This is like you would be thinking that a world war started, somebody dropped a nuke. No, it's just Goku showing how strong he is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
again,
and then Majin Vegeta. That came from,
Majin Vegeta is
the context is what makes the transformation that much better, because we already saw the shock and we already saw it the first time. So now you got to make the context better so that it's fucking fire. Like,
And I just think that just speaks to the prowess of what, like, even though he was just a very practical writer, he was able to make these circumstances that, were very, very impactful to us. And as you can see from all the people that are lamenting and, holding memorials and whatnot, how much they respect the man, because essentially he kind of wrote the book on the modern day anime transformation.
Yeah. So,
and from that sense, like, I know sometimes people bemoan him about even, forgetting about Super Saiyan 2 or forgetting all of these details. But honestly, like, I think the man just had a story. He had several stories that he wanted to do. I mean, the man was still working on stories to the day of his death. Sandland is pretty much still slated to come out.
It is. It's coming out. I think later. The game is coming out.
That's the game, right? That that's
Sandland.
The sales for that are going to be crazy now.
It's definitely going. They're going to shoot up definitely now. But I was on it. Like,
I was interested.
We got announced.
I was
like,
interested. It looks cool. Okay. It looks cute. It looks cool.
I saw Akira as in Dragon Ball. Oh
yeah.
All right.
He was still working up until the day of his death.
Yeah.
Which is sad, and that's how most men are. I don't know how many of them had a peaceful, happy retirement like before.
I think some of it was passion projects. I know sometimes creators get to the point where they're kind of like, don't talk to me about this thing over here right now, because that's what we latch on to rather than, what their passion is. But I honestly, genuinely think Akira enjoyed a lot of his work. I think he just loved to do the work. He wasn't
he liked to create.
Guy who wanted to, like, maybe soak up all the praise, or he was still a very private man. You could even see from the announcement that Frosty read that, like, they didn't let the world know until a week after his death.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of reminds me of when MF Doom passed away too.
Yo,
because he passed away,
right.
and like I think the family didn't let him know until like they didn't let the world know until like maybe a week later or something.
No,
like that.
I feel like it was like a month or something. Like it was like,
or maybe it was like a month. It was something
or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it reminded me of when Doom passed away because he didn't. It wasn't just like a, you know what I'm saying. It was like we're gonna wait and then let the family be in peace for a minute. Then we're gonna tell the world and stuff. So
yeah.
And honestly, just as a writer's thing, and I'll get off my high horse. That's the type of impact that I would want to make with my show.
Right.
And, you know, from him just having the passion to write about these things, you know, making characters whose names are based off of vegetables.
And, which I never noticed until like a couple years later. A couple years earlier, I was like, what?
But like you see the passion behind it, and you see not only how the passion came through in the story, but also how it inspired countless others to bring us things like Naruto, like One Piece, like Bleach, like Attack on Titan, like One Punch Man,
etc.
Like,
the protagonist who wants to fight, the edgelord and Vegeta that you see in every anime now. Whether it's Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho or Bakugo. Bakugo? Yeah, Bakugo from
or Sasuke.
You could go down the list.
Yeah.
Like that's just
even JJK, like the
I was gonna say
the three like main characters. The one who's the edgelord right next to you know. So I mean,
the goofy protag who just loves to fight and loves to eat, and there's some type of love for something.
Sage master.
Yeah, and I mean that. Look, man, that's what it is. Like with all of these, and I'll say at least as far as we're concerned. In our generation, I mean, when we point out our favorite moments, dog, they are all heavy story-based moments and not like the cliche moments. They're all like really deep moments that resonated with us from a whole world holistic perspective. When we look at it, we're just like, man, all of that. I mean, even like, you know, some people, you know, way back when people say, oh, the pain fight, right? Like, no, the pain fight was hype because of everything that was happening before the pain fight that led to it happening. Like, that's why it was hype. Like, it wasn't just, oh, the fight happened. Nah, it was all those things. And that's why that moment was sick. That's why it's some fights that are like empty in many anime. It's like empty fights. Like they happen, they just go, right? Like, there was plenty of fights that happened in Dragon Ball that were empty, that were really good, but they were empty. You know what I'm saying? But if we look at the ones that had weight to them, right? If we look at the Goku and Majin Vegeta, if we, you know what I'm saying? If we look at that, like
that was a fantastic fight, by the way.
Look at Vegito versus Vegito versus Buhan, right? Like you remember that fight?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. We seeing fusions. We seeing Ultimate Gohan, Majin Buu. That's fire, right? But that Goku Majin Vegeta fight, motherfuckers will say that fight was the hypest moment because before that moment, Vegeta looked at Goku and said, "Look, I've been waiting for this, and I'm about to kill everybody over here to get you to fight me." Like that was seasons in the making. Right. Like that was
great story.
Like all this stuff was cool. All this stuff was cool. But like those moments, I think if we go down, we're like, "Oh, what's your favorite moment from Dragon Ball?" Like we find that they are tied to that emotional engagement that Toriyama was able to give. Like from those things, a lot of stuff is cool in Dragon Ball. A lot of stuff is cool. But like the stuff that, and again, this goes to Naruto, One Piece, etc. When we look at our favorite moments in anime from a writer's perspective, like Noob was saying, that's what really makes it. That's what makes the difference. You know what I'm saying? When Ichigo is like, "Yo, welcome to Bleach. Call an ambulance, but call, you know, whatever, 6 of them for them, right?" You know, I was like, "Yo," like I was like, "All right, I'm hooked. I'm already on it. I'm already here. I'm already for it." You know. So, nah, man, it's just big inspiration, man. And that it shows how when you have that blend of hype, of energy, of innovation, and all these things, and good storytelling, then you got this product that really just kind of conveys your joy and your passion, and people will always latch onto it. Like when you get that passion out there, somebody gonna latch onto it.
I mean, you saw when he passed away. I mean, there was outlets that don't really talk about anime like that. We're talking about this. Like I saw it post on CNN. I saw if you follow them, Shade Room, Spiritual Word, all the ones that like deal with like the pop culture stuff, they even had posts talking about Akira Toriyama, how he passed away.
Exactly.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith on ESPN talking about it. He pronounced Vegeta name wrong, sure, but he was still talking about it.
Wait, did he?
Oh,
Vegeta.
Yeah.
Oh,
that reminds me of the Macy's Thanksgiving parade where they had Al Roker talking about Super Saiyajin Goku.
Oh my god!
But again, even today,
oh my god!
The fact that it's still being talked about, though,
the fact that Goku is the second Japanese character to be in the Macy's Thanksgiving parade. The first was Pikachu.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Pikachu,
and the third is Luffy.
I was gonna say Luffy, and then I don't know who's gonna be next.
Naruto.
Probably Naruto.
I don't. Maybe Naruto. I
can see Naruto. I can see Deku. I can see him being in there.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I don't.
You don't think Deku? My Hero is kind of big right now, so
My Hero is big, but I think that what's his name from Demon Slayer get up there first.
Tanjiro.
Bro, Tanjiro is GOAT, bro. Tanjiro is GOAT.
Yeah.
Look. I already said it before.
It just shows how pervasive Toriyama's works were in America. Like
the fact that
Oh, go ahead. No, you go.
The fact that to your point of like the inspiration, like remember how when new characters would come out, like I remember before I started watching My Hero, there was that picture that Deku was out and it was older Naruto talking to Luffy and Ichigo. It's like, this kid has potential. And I was like, yo, who are they talking about? And they were talking about Deku. This is like still season 1. Like, I guess the manga probably was pretty far, but season 1 Deku was like, yo, yeah, this kid got potential. Ain't that right, granddad? And they showed us a picture of like Goku with his hands on Naruto and Luffy's head, and Ichigo standing in the middle. This iconic, like the iconic picture of Kakashi with Team 7. It's just like, yo, Goku was like Goku granddad, like, you know. Like they pay respect.
He wasn't one of the big three.
No, it wasn't. But he was the granddad of the big three. And even the picture now of him being the camp counselor to all the little anime characters or whatever. They're all basically, yo, we still son compared to this man right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you can't look. You can't. You know, we be joking saying, "Don't come for the mouse" about Disney. Like that's Goku. You know what I'm saying? Goku is that guy, and not just him, but Vegeta too. Yeah. Not just Vegeta, but Gohan too.
I thought
not just Gohan, but sadly Frieza too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these characters, like
I'd rather Cell, but
that's their
no respect for Cell, like whatever.
Well, that's the thing. Like this is their measuring stick, because again, like Goku, Vegeta, these good characters, a part of what makes them great is what they had to go up against and who they had to go up against and what they had to do. And so, like, when we talk about all these characters, even when we talk about Bleach, we talk about One Piece, we talk about Naruto, we talk about JJK and all these things, like we talk about what they had to overcome to get to where they are. And like, that is a part of their story too. So like, when it comes to Dragon Ball, and we look at, man, like, look at these mugs and look at what he had to overcome. We talking, yo, like, take Cell and let Cell run the gauntlet of every other anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, that joint will be nice, but just remember, he got dogged by Goku's kid as a kid.
Well, the thing about that, the thing about Cell is the only reason, other than the fact that Gohan was immeasurably stronger than him, and even the debate of the fact, there are two debates that I saw. That one,
I want to know if it was immeasurably stronger. So he was.
So debate is that one, Gohan could have beat him, like at least beginning Cell, like perfect form Cell that he fought at Super Saiyan 1. But he wasn't tapping into his full potential, because Super Saiyan 2 doubles your. I know I've seen it on Twitter or whatever. It's a debate.
It's not true.
So Super Saiyan 2, right, leagues past Cell, even to the point where Cell returned with the Zenkai boost, because one part of him survived in the whole Saiyan boost thing. But Gohan was still stronger.
He was 100% perfect.
Right,
Cell.
and Gohan was still stronger than him, even with a hurt arm.
Correct.
You know, that kind of thing. That kind of discussion.
After saving Vegeta.
Right. You know, so so putting that Cell,
it was more about mindset.
Putting that Cell against
which he did.
Other, you know, like basically like the one. I think I commented on someone's Instagram that like, as long as you destroy all of Cell, you're good. If you let him live and let him gain from the defeat, y'all are kind of beat. And it was like a discussion like, could he fight not that Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel Comic Universe was a conversation. MCU, he could trash it. Right. The comic universe, he's not getting past certain people, but cinematic universe, He'll be all right.
I mean, if there, I mean, look. Anyways, my whole thing with all this is saying, because we could go like, look, the comics got a whole.
We have several seasons. No, we have a whole other season to go into this later.
Like if we have one continuity, like it's different. But I saw, to your point, Phoenix, about what you were saying. I saw another post that was really cool too. But it was like a ball. It was like all this art of like the anime ball, and everybody was dressed up. It was like Goku dressed up, Tanjiro dressed up, Ichigo everybody was like dressed up, you know what I'm saying? Like all the characters from all the anime was like dressed up at a ball. And I was like, this should be a vibe. Like if this was like one crossover episode, like everybody having a drink, chilling, chopping it up or whatever, like that'd be tight. But it's like the influence that all these things have had, like y'all said, has reached pop culture, has reached entertainment. Back in 2001, if Toriyama passed away, this joint ain't hitting ESPN.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This joint would have this would have been on the.
It would have stayed in the anime
internet.
community, and that's where you are.
It would have been on the early internet, and then we would have kept it moving. Like that's just what would have happened. But now, like this is big time, So, but it just goes to show how that product has transcended, these decades, and we've also pulled it with us. Like we pulled it with us and made it big and gotten it viral and stayed excited about it. Like us talking about, like, can they beat Goku? Like that shit has helped Dragon Ball. like
no, yeah, it did. I was going to say that. It's like, and even to this day, no matter how much Goku has gotten stronger in the series, as far as I understand, he still can't beat Superman. As far as I understand.
Man, I'm tired.
I know.
I'm so tired about it. Like, nobody can beat Superman, bro, because Superman.
That's how he's written.
He's written to be unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? Like Goku ain't written to be unbeatable. He's literally died. He's died.
The point is that he gets beat, and then you let him come back. He gonna put pause on you, and if you beat him again, he'll come back again. That kind of thing. So
I like what one. I think it was actually on one of those death battles. Or analysis of those death battles between Goku and Superman, what they said. It's what Goku represents and what Superman represents.
Yes, I remember. I think it was the second one, or first one or second one. It was early. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. I might butcher this, but I believe it was more Goku represents breaking limits. It's always getting to the limit and going beyond it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Whereas Superman is more of the idea of limitless.
Exactly.
And as an ideal. He's already there, but Superman is more of a written, and people talk about how he's boring and all of this, and I'm like, no, you're looking at Superman the wrong way, because what Superman is if I had all the power in the world, even ones that they just give me because the writing demands it, and I choose to use that to help people.
Yeah,
I nerf myself because I know if I get to that level, then,
I can do whatever.
We'll talk about the real heroes of the DC universe are Ma and Pa Kent, because
raise that boy right. Raise that boy right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, also it's the fact that his costume is different. Like his costume is Clark Kent.
Oh yeah.
Like he come,
that Bruce Wayne is Bruce Wayne. Wonder Woman is Diana, but
Right. Well, but he comes. He is he's Superman. Like that's who he is, and then he puts on a costume as Clark Kent to emulate what these humans are for the sake of their comfort.
Us boring humans.
I saw somewhere he segments his spine to make himself a little shorter, just so the people that can't make the distinction. He does things with his anatomy to make it so that you look and you think he's not. It's crazy.
Well, what's dude who played? Oh my god! Wow, I am.
Which
one?
The
original. Christopher Reeve.
Yes.
No, I think there's one before him, but Christopher Reeve is the most well known.
Christopher Reeves is who. Well, that's who I'm talking about. Christopher Reeves in the scene. One of the scenes. I just rewatched it because I remember my dad had me watch that movie so much, but I just rewatched this one scene where he was about to tell Lois, and he didn't tell Lois, but when he was about to, the way he took his glasses off and addressed very subtly, just addressed his shoulders and tucked his chin, I was like, and then he changed his mind, didn't tell her, put his glasses back on, changed his whole demeanor. And I was just like, bro, there wasn't no 4K cameras or nothing, but you could see the level of acting that was it was dope, bro. It was dope. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? Like his shoulders was slouched. He was a little whatever. And then you just seen him like very, very subtly. Glasses was off and he was like a grown man. And you was just like you was just thinking like, when did that happen? Like, let me rewind. You know what I'm saying? But
look at how you changed when you did that real quick.
Look, bro. Hey, look. I'll put my contacts in, get my hair did. I'll be a whole nother person. I'll go from, you know what I'm saying? Shit, Black Lives Matter to Black Lives Matter. No,
I was wondering where you're going.
As we could be here all day, I will say like it'd be hard to do. We all countless of reasons why Dragon Ball is in our forever like favorite series. Even if it's not number one, it might get bumped down, might get bumped up, depending on what comes out years from now, or what changes in our perspective for things going out. But like, let's try to stick one each of you top moment from Dragon Ball, and I'll go last. Whoever wants to go first. One only from Dragon Ball series. Period.
I'll kick it off. I'll give one. So, man, when Goku was fighting Kid Buu, and I've told y'all this on many different occasions too, but when he got the Spirit Bomb from all of Earth, right, and Hercule had to help get the attention of everybody and be like, "Yo, this isn't a game." Like we're all gonna die. Like we're all gonna die. You know,
I said it was all fake, like, but it's not now. Trust me.
It's like this is real, right? And Kid Buu had been doing nothing but exerting energy from the moment he became Kid Buu, right? Immediately, as soon as they ripped everybody out of him and he became Kid Buu, he looked at them and immediately destroyed Earth and then started instant transmissioning to other places to fight and kill. Like that's all he was doing. And then went and fought Vegeta and Goku for what seemed like hours. Just energy expenditure, right? And Goku takes his Spirit Bomb with all the energy from Earth, throws it at Kid Buu, and Kid Buu catches the joint. After all that, and throws the joint back at Goku, and Goku's like, what am I supposed to do? Goku accepts defeat to the point where Dende wished his energy back, and Goku was so acceptant of defeat he didn't even know. They had to tell him telepathically, Goku, your energy's back, bro. What are you doing? And he was like, "Oh, it is." That is the level that he came up against, and that everybody came up against, and then Goku put him to bed for sure. But we talking about an adversary that is beyond conception. I mean, we talking this the strongest form of Buu. Buu had been terrorizing them forever, and that was the pinnacle of it, where we said, here's the strongest feat of Buu, really, to take the hope of what we've shown you in Dragon Ball, which is the Spirit Bomb, the unbeatable move, the Spirit Bomb, and he's not going to survive it like Frieza did. He's going to throw it back at your main character, and your main character is going to accept defeat, and you're going to watch him almost die. That moment was like, wow. Even though Goku pulled that out, I sat there like, okay, had it not been for the eternal dragon, everything is done. Everything is done. You know what I'm saying? So that was just one of many.
That was a good one.
Oh, shucks.
Shucks, guys.
Next?
I can go next. I gotta give a shout out to my favorite saga, the Android Saga or Cell Saga, whatever you want to call it.
Ooh, was it Vegeta related?
No. This is actually
No.
It was that final beam struggle between him and Cell, where Goku from the afterlife says, "Look, you got one arm. You think Cell's come back and he's stronger than ever." And like everything is riding on this, and Goku is honestly, we all harp on the Goku bad dad moments, but right there, he was a father. He was a father to Gohan. Yeah. He's like,
oh yeah,
which has since been disproven actually by several people.
Dog, I've been saying forever that Goku was a fine father. He was just.
By the way, but to your point, also, Mark, like they were like, "Oh, he's a bad dad." Yeah, like,
bad by human standards. Yes.
He tells Gohan, like, "You can do this. You've got the energy. You've got Cell's number. All you have to do, kind of like we were saying earlier, Gohan in that moment was stronger than Cell, but he didn't know." Exactly. He didn't know he was. He didn't believe that he was.
And he had too many reservations. He was still worried about blowing the earth up.
Which is like...
It was like, bro, are you serious? Like, you still worried about this?
and that, to me, I think was probably... Like, it's still one of my most rewatched parts of Dragon Ball Z, is just the fact that Gohan believes in himself. And... yeah, he had help from Vegeta, but like he takes advantage of it and wins the fight and basically proves Goku right. Like, yes, I am your son, and I've actually surpassed you in this moment.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
And it went and showed back. My bad. I'm gonna just add on to this. And the call out to back when they was training, because Goku, when he was training with Gohan in the time chamber, he's seen the glimpses of him.
Yeah.
But nobody else was in there with them, so they didn't believe him. They was like, "Oh, now Goku just being a stupid idiot." Like
even Gohan's second dad was like, "You have no, he's just a boy."
Yeah. No, why Piccolo got all emotional? Like, bro, get out your feelings, bro. Like,
you're not gonna get my other son killed. That's not what's about to happen.
Like you ain't his daddy, bro. Like, stay in your lane. Like,
might as well be.
You said, bro, no, he might as well. He might as well not be. He really no. When did you ever see Piccolo put food in his mouth? Huh?
In the beginning, he gave him the dragon to kill. No, but he gave him food when he's like kill the dragon with this sword, and then he clothed him before the Cell games. He said, gave him some new clothes, gave him some new drip.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
There is a reason Gohan looks up to Piccolo.
I'm telling you right now, everything that happened off camera. Okay, Goku was there for it. Goku was there for that. And if it wasn't Goku, it was Chi-Chi. And guess who paying for that?
Ox King, actually. His granddad paid for that.
Ox King ain't got nothing to pay for if Goku not saving the planet. Everybody.
Chi-Chi being mad. How dare you go fight? Oh, you want me to not? Let's just have dinner and hope that the person lets us finish our meal before he blows us all memory.
Look, we talking by Saiyan standards. He is an elite father.
Oh yeah,
you don't know what because remember, Saiyan fathers would be like, I'm gonna just leave you alone. They wouldn't even like, you know what I mean? Like they would go keep doing their own thing. So almost they
they'll cultivate and train. They'll cultivate and train their young, but they're just exactly that's what it is. They just if you're not a fighter and we a fighter race, then you a liability. You know what I'm saying? So like what are we doing? But that's just what it was. You know what I'm saying? But Vegeta was also royalty. You know what I'm saying? And Vegeta learned his compassion of Bulma through different means. So he was going through this metamorphosis in terms of his parentage. Goku loves to fight, and that's like it. You know what I'm saying? Like Goku, like remember him and Chi-Chi? Like him and Chi-Chi, that was like he was like, all right, I'll marry you. Like whatever, I'm fighting. It don't matter. Like as long as I'm fighting, I can be married.
He married the strongest woman on the planet at the time.
Yeah, I'm about to say it at the time. Yes, right. At the time.
Right.
So yeah, that's my favorite moment. I think Goku just telling Gohan, "You can do it," and Gohan finishing off Cell.
Yeah, Wavy.
That was a good moment, noob, and that makes it all the worthwhile of like why I hated when they shafted Gohan after that. But that's another story for another time.
After the BoJack movie.
Yeah. So I think my favorite moment, my favorite character is Trunks, but it's not a Trunks moment, actually. It's actually his father that had my favorite moment of.
Oh, I did not expect
I can think of two, but I want to see where you go with this. Three.
Oh, I know exactly where he's going.
All right, which saga am I going to?
The Cell Saga.
I'm thinking Buu Saga.
Cell Saga, no.
Oh, well, then I know what he's talking about still then. But like,
I'm thinking two out of there,
I mean,
actually. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, he was, at this moment, he was Majin Vegeta.
Okay.
And like,
right.
you know, yeah.
I was like, okay. Like,
well,
you know,
I'll say the moment I thought
and
like, of, but you know, for sure. The other moment, yeah.
And like, you know, when he basically had to, he sacrificed himself and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
For like basically everybody, even though at the end, like it didn't really work out like that, but it was still like, it showed a growth of his character. That's why I liked it a lot, because I'm not the biggest fan of Vegeta. But at that moment, I was like, damn, he sacrificed him. And he even need his son in the stomach, just like, shut up, woman. And like, I'm going to do this for us.
He chopped him back in the neck.
He gave him a hug.
Yeah,
gave him a hug, and then he chopped him in the back of the neck.
Yeah, it's like that little love, like, damn, I love you, but
he gave,
you know what I'm saying? And then like,
you can't come with me where I'm going, son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he even had to, like, you know, and you saw the tear he shed when he was doing all that. Damn,
yeah, because he was saying, "Yo, this is for you, Bulma, for you, Trunks,
for
you,
damn.
Goku." I was like,
no, Kakarot.
And the moment before that, where Piccolo came and got the kids, and he was like, yo. And he said, yo, when all this happens, am I going to have my... Piccolo was like, to be dead ass. And he was like...
am I going to heaven or hell? Do you have to ask that question?
He was like, bro, are you for real?
If you have to ask that question, you already know where you're going, my G.
Right. We going to act like you didn't kill like 200 people like 2 episodes ago? Like, bro, come on now. But like, then Vegeta was like, all right, like I figured.
I'm gonna still do it anyway,
and then still does it.
And his body turned to stone, which was really interesting. It didn't vaporize; it turned to stone.
Yeah, bro. It just petrified. They just, I mean, I think they just did that as a way to show how much energy he truly, expended. Because remember, they had went through the point of trying everything to stop Fat Boo, and nothing was working. He regenerated through everything.
That didn't work either, but you know,
Vegeta was like, well, okay, but Vegeta blew him up, and he was like, the only way I can do this is to blow him up into bits. And then they were like, you know what? On the safe side, let's go destroy the bits. Piccolo and Krillin was like, let's just be safe. Destroying all the bits of Boo. This man regenerated from the fumes, bro. Like, come on, son. Like,
yeah, that's when you knew it was real. It was like, what?
That's when I was like... What?
But you remember that promo too? It was like, Earth's greatest wars. Like Vegeta turned to stone, Gohan was knocked out, and Goku got smacked or whatever. And he was like, they had to get him or something. Like he was weak or something like that. And it was like, what can we do? And then the promo then turns to Super Saiyan 3, Dragon Ball Z, like, weekdays. It was like, basically, like, the promo's like, what are you gonna do? This bull's gone. Goku's weak. He's like, I don't know what I can do. And and then they showed the promoing like Go Tanks, like, oh, fusion, like, we were all like,
Also, we gotta just a small thing before we get to you, Frosty, and your favorite moment. We got to talk about, and I feel CorneredFox is definitely going to have a lot to say here. How the stories about Goku, but how many people are there for Vegeta? Like, Vegeta comes in the story. And the growth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's had like part of the most growth I've seen in that show. Probably.
That's Vegeta, bro.
That is man. One of the textbook examples of just character growth.
Well, how
that edge lord
Prince of a dead race, no planet.
Oh well, yeah. I guess that's my question. Was like, how did it differ? It mirrored Piccolo's to a degree. But Piccolo spanned over a series, but Vegeta's was particularly in Z. Piccolo spanned over 2 series, as far as growth is concerned. Growth.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's kind of fun too, because
don't do that.
Look, I'm not about to sit here and compare Piccolo's development to Vegeta. Piccolo's fire, but
it's funny too because as most American kids came into Dragon Ball, first Dragon Ball Z aired, then Dragon Ball. We in the first episode, we see that, Krillin and Bulma and Roshi, like, they all are like, oh crap, Piccolo's here. What are we gonna do? Goku's, knocked out and his son's taken, and now we got to deal with Piccolo. And we're like, why is this guy a threat? Like, who is this guy?
Oh yeah. Technically, yeah.
Apparently, they're just like,
because we didn't have all the context.
we want to go fight this Saiyan dude because I hate him too. And it's like, oh, cool. But everybody's like scared of Piccolo, and I'm just like, wait, do they not like this dude? Is he evil or?
That's a part of why I have to go back and watch Dragon.
Yeah, like without that context, you're absolutely right.
Because so coming into it, it was very clear, and it really just ascended.
Yeah,
but nah, you're right. Vegeta went through a lot of change, and he went through a lot of trauma that is just unchecked and untalked about. I mean,
well, now we don't talk about it, but I think Bulma's insurance covers it. Bulma's insurance covers his therapy.
No, Vegeta's therapy is Goku. Ooh. That's his therapy. It is going to this man, giving him something to focus on so he can hone in on his strength and turn his anger at everything into productive, positive energy that he can use to protect people he cares about, people he loves, and grow himself. He went from, I'm trying to kill everybody, and it coming from that to drawing on, I want to be stronger to compete with this guy who is attacking my pride by existing. And even that was growth. Before we talk about him being good, him going from wanting to murder Goku and kill everybody Goku loves, like you, your family, everybody, to saying, okay, I'm now using you and you breathing as an affront to my pride. And that's going to be my motivation. It wasn't positive when he first turned Super Saiyan. He wasn't a good guy. Don't you remember when Goku died on Namek? And he immediately beat the shit out of Gohan. he was laughing at him like, "Ha, I'm the strongest now." Whooped on that's who we're talking about. Like, this is the guy.
I forgot what stopped him. I think he just left, right?
No, nothing did. No, he went and whooped him, and then Piccolo was like, "All right, that's enough, dog. Like, we get it." You know what I'm saying? Piccolo was like, "All right, we good. Like, that's okay." And Gohan was sitting there like this, like. But he was sitting there crying because his dad was gone. And Vegeta's laughing at him like, all right, R.I.P. You know what I'm saying? But after that, Vegeta was like, okay, I got these heights I gotta hit. I got these new things. What's going on? This is happening now. I'm talking about when Goku. This is later. This is later. Goku come back. All this stuff is happening.
You're touching on Cell Death.
Yes. So down the road, and what I thought Wade was going to get at, I thought he was going to talk about him and Trunks and them attempting to get stronger as a moment, and then
that was a good moment too.
Trunks trying to protect his pride by not showing how OD.
Yeah, that was a moment. That was definitely a moment. He's like, "Is this pride that I feel or experience rain?" Sorry, that's not canon, but that basically shout out to your bridge team for turning that line to exactly how it.
That's not. You can't.
No, I can't quote that. But that's what's frightened in my mind. I need to go watch the original. But Anyways, or even to a point, I wonder his mindset after Goku died in the 7-year period of peace. Right, like he kept settled down.
Well, he says it. He says it before he flies away. He's like, how could you die like that?
Yeah.
And then your son surpassed me. Like, you've beaten me utterly. I'm not going to fight anymore. That's why he was so happy when Goku came back. That's the only reason he went to the tournament.
Well, he was still training, and he was training. Well, he started training Trunks.
He was training
after they found out Goku was coming back, or was that before? Because when you see him,
it was after. Yeah, it was after I think they found out Goku.
And then Gohan went to Bulma to get the suit, and he saw Vegeta, and Vegeta's like, "You just weaker than you was 7 years ago. That's crazy. I've been still training." But he was so calm. He was so calm, though. Another moment I was going to talk about, I thought Wavy was talking about, per se, it was like a third mention when he fought Trunks, and Trunks hit him, and he chopped him back, and he started crying. He's like, "All right, let's go to the park." You know what I'm saying? Like, you earned it.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah. When because Trunks caught him off guard and caught him with a little lick, and he was like,
and forgot himself for a second. Not forget himself, but forgot the whole back.
He didn't forget himself. He in fact was being Vegeta. He was like that. That was Prince Vegeta. Like, you gonna put your hand on this royal? No, bro. Like, again, bro. People gotta remember, Vegeta was raised as a Prince of Saiyans, dog. Like, he was raised to be the next leader of this entire race of people on the planet, bruh. Like that's what he has this calling on the inside. His pride is so strong, dog. Like he's supposed to be that, but he'll never be that. It was ripped from him, like taken forcibly by Frieza, and it's just never
cried on his
back.
first deathbed about it. Yeah,
and Frieza's still here.
And beating on them, which I wonder how they'll continue the stories later. But anyway,
oh yeah, what was your moment?
My moment, surprisingly, is one, and all the moments that everybody recognizes, right? And I said entire Dragon Ball series. This is Dragon Ball Z S GT when people want to include it because it's included. You know what I'm saying? It was inspired by Akira Toriyama. It wasn't necessarily, he was an advisor. He didn't write it, but it's a part of things, and he's recognized it now. I think even in graphs that it's an alternate universe or whatever.
Which he was fire.
Yeah. But my moment that I think of is from Dragon Ball, I believe, and it's the moment that sticks out to me is when Tambourine killed Krillin. That's the setup. When Tambourine, for those that don't know, watch Dragon Ball, people are like, oh, like love Z and like Super. Go back to Dragon Ball. Do yourself a favor. Go find Dragon Ball. Watch that whole thing. Sit down.
It's on Hulu, so y'all can watch it.
Piccolo, or Piccolo's father, or first form, however you want to look at how this metaphors thing goes with Namekians, before they knew they were Namekians, thought they were demons, had children of his own, and one of the forms was called Tambourine. And when we were talking Dragon Ball, I think people were kind of dying in Dragon Ball, but the first time, I think this, at least from my memory, brutal death of someone getting kicked in his frontal lobe and killing him off the rip like that. Didn't blow him up, didn't shoot him, just kicked him in his head, kicked Krillin in his head and killed him. The feeling that Goku had, like, I mean, Goku was always a happy guy, but I think that was one of the first inklings of seeing raged Goku. And Goku said, my best friend, that was definitely the epitome of, like, I see Black Air Force energy, but definitely, like, hopped on whatever he could, the fastest thing he could find to try to fight Tambourine. And guess what happened, y'all? He got his ass beat. But he went and trained. Came back to Tambourine for that old revenge. That whole arc of, like, that was my brother. I'm coming for you. Like, that, like.
And Krillin.
I don't think.
And Krillin gave everything.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, those Krillin's first death. I forgot how Master Roshi died. I think Piccolo killed him. If I'm not, or no, we tried to put him in the jar, and the technique killed Roshi, I believe. We tried to trap King Piccolo the first time. But I'm gonna go the Mafuba when he tried to put King Piccolo in the jar like his master did. But Goku, that, like, watch Dragon Ball for people. God, for the love of goodness, just watch Dragon Ball's, like, intertwining of the characters. It's amazing. Like, I couldn't talk about Goku's a moment without talking about Krillin, without talking about Piccolo, without talking about Master Roshi, who's his master's ties with why Piccolo is so mad. Like, period. Like.
A lot of the things in Z make sense because of Dragon Ball. Yeah. Simply because Dragon Ball comes before Z.
For sure.
It just does.
1000%.
The whole Cell saga is the culmination of a arc in Dragon Ball.
Like, I guess second. I'm sorry. We keep talking moments like moments like remember when Goku ran through the army with a stick with his power pole. He beat the whole army with his bare hands as a child. Like.
Could you imagine working in the army, seeing this little kid come and could you imagine being in an army base and some child comes and beats the shit out of all y'all? Like, bro, come on now. Like, come on. No. Like, could you imagine? Like, you just trying to work. You got to go home to a shitty meatloaf, bro, after work.
Shitty meat.
And this
I gotta be shitty, yo.
Because it probably was. And you got some kid coming through beating the shit out of you and all your homies.
I'm sure the Red Ribbon wasn't paying him that great either. So it was like really just all the conditions.
Like, hold on, dog.
So much so that the entire army just stops their world domination and just
didn't they focus?
Like, solely create things
yes
to kill you because of your pull-up. Because of your pull-up.
This old man.
It's still
this old man created some type of robot that we didn't even know about, following you, Saiyan Saga. No. We'll take right. Yeah, all through Dragon Ball, the rest of Dragon Ball, into the Saiyan Saga, and we figured that's all we needed. And his robots were going to be strong. No, didn't he? Yeah, no, I thought the robots would be strong enough after that point. So he built the androids to meet and exceed what he thought was their peak at the Saiyan saga. At the Saiyan saga. Like, could you imagine? Like, and, I mean, Trunks knows what it was like where they stopped after they came back from Namek. But, like, if they imagine he didn't go to Namek, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He would have waved and killed everybody. Like Android 20, like I think, well, I don't know, because remember, like Trunks' timeline, 20 and 19 didn't happen, which is a whole other concept in general. Like,
yeah,
I wonder what, like, either what happened, whether they didn't get built or somehow Trunks coming back changes him and makes 19 and 20, 17, 18. That's a debatable topic too, I think, in several forums and over the years of why those other two things.
You could get the lore answer, you get the writer answer, but
very good point.
Right. I don't think that. I mean, I think the answer is cool. I don't think the answer is as important. Personally, like I think either way, I think it was about Gohan and what that meant to Trunks, and like in his timeline, because we saw the world, right, as if Goku not being there in that traumatic period and what Gohan was called to do and how Gohan was not able to do it and what that meant for Trunks. And like, again, like y'all said, this is built, like this whole alternate timeline is built off what we know in the current timeline. Like when we sit and thought about that after realizing what happened, we're like, damn, Gohan must have been really traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Like, he at this, at the time when it started was still a boy when he was charged with needing to defend everything. And he failed at doing it, giving everything he had.
I believe he was 18.
Not as quickly.
At the end of it all.
Well, right. And it was just like, he's sitting there giving again, not unlike when Krillin, well, I mean, obviously that happened faster to him and Tambourine, but Krillin gave everything he got and then got that L front snap kick. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was it. What happened to Gohan, future Gohan, was brutal. And Trunks was there for it. And Trunks is sitting there like, yo, I can't take this right now. And then he dies. All he's got left is his brain, his smarts, the little bit of power up that he got, which ain't enough. Fortunately, though, they was in another weight class, another financial class, so they could make some things happen that everybody else couldn't make. But they went on this journey and was able to get retribution. But I think, like y'all said, man, all of that is just points to why the series was so captivating.
His genius mom that made a time machine, because people sleep on Bulma, like,
Ain't nobody
I
don't think
new frames.
She made the Dragon Radar.
Well, she didn't make the capsules. Her dad did, but like the way the capsules are so important in Dragon Ball too. Like
the radar was the Dragon Radar.
She remade the Saiyan armor and improved it. Like
improved it.
Wasn't it supposed to be stronger, or was it like more durable or something like that?
I'm not convinced that the Saiyan armor was like made better.
Also, just right quick, can we talk about how this man, Toriyama, made the greatest literary get me out of jail card of all time? Just gather the 7 Dragon Balls and you can do what you want. I can kill off as many characters as I want.
We don't.
Well, how many characters succeeded in immortality?
There are rules.
So it's like people thinking, like, when you see like the people that might wonder, but like, well, why is the older Namekians are aging, but Piccolo been around for a grip? It's like, well, that's because he wished for eternal youth, and it's still happening. He still has eternal youth. Period. In Dragon Ball.
I'm gonna tell you right now, them rules been broken so many times. So many times. And and Toriyama's broken them recently. Like, he broke them joints in the movie, in the Gohan movie. He broke them in the manga with what's his name? What's his name? Granola?
Oh yeah, Granola.
Like, them joints are broken. And it's okay. But they're supposed to be a plot device. And that's exactly what they end up being.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like to me, it's one of the greatest literary plot devices ever, because like death, like you can kill off characters, you can bring them back, you can get power-ups. You can locate things that you want. You have a problem, get the Dragon Balls. And then have another party come after them so you can make it a race, basically Namek. Like,
you can wish to be the strongest person in existence right now. but tomorrow somebody could
it's like genie wishes, right? You have to be very particular about the words you use. Like Piccolo got Endless Youth or whatever, Eternal Youth. Garlic Jr. has immortality. Let's see where he's at.
Right.
I think who else was successful in getting what they wanted in general? Like people wish for the things, but like people that like the people, the villains, like
wish.
Like Piccolo got
every time they wish somebody.
No, but that was the result of the struggle. I'm talking about the person that like Garlic collected them and made his wish. Like it wasn't like Frieza. Well, things were stopping Frieza from doing so, because if he had gotten one of those wishes off, it would have been a wrap at the time. But like, like the villain of the joint getting the hands on it, making the wish. What are you gonna do about it?
GT.
Yeah.
GT.
Yeah.
GT.
Because they wish Goku to be a kid for some reason.
But look what it cost them. Like Piccolo wishing for Eternal
Ball.
Youth, still got killed. Garlic wishing for immortality, still got pushed into a hole of nothingness. The wishing for Goku to be a kid, his body changes to a grown man to turn Super Saiyan 4. Like there's like the wish happens. He's like, I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen after the wish. Look at the dragon, like, yo, dog, like look, you asked for this. I didn't tell you that these things won't happen after. I just said I gave you what you asked for. I'm going to sleep. Like,
right. All right. Like, don't wake me up again for a while. Otherwise, I'm about to be toxic and break into 7 dragons
ever again.
Right. Y'all not supposed to see me except once every
100 years. Didn't y'all see y'all? Hold up, like the iPhone. Didn't y'all wish for me like 2 years ago?
Yep.
What y'all doing now?
Waking up seeing the same 7 people you always see.
Right, like, bro, y'all again? Like, what is happening here, dog? And then looking at Bulma with the radar, like, yeah, hello. I'm gonna see you again next week.
Oh, didn't say she like get the Dragon Balls to wish for youth or something like that? That's how she stays youthful or something.
Yeah, it was implied, I think, in the movies that she had been doing that for a while. Yeah.
But look, that's the brilliance that is Bulma. Bulma is OP. Okay, Bulma's OP. She is. I think so.
Yeah.
Right? Like Bulma has a time machine. All right. She's got capsules out the wazoo. She's got the dragon radar. Like, let's be honest. If Bulma wanted to a long time ago, she could have went and caused chaos. Like, imagine if Bulma was an evil villain with as smart as connected as she is. Come on now. With the dragon radar and all them resources. Come on, son. If she was really evil, bruh, she'd have been like, bruh, just make me the strongest. And I'll wish for it again and again and again. And nobody will know how or why, because she wouldn't have shared her tech with the good guys. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, man. Great moments in Dragon Ball. You want to do honorable mentions?
The whole episode is honorable mentions. No.
Right.
No. We'll be here. Be like, oh, Gohan turns Super Saiyan 2 after 16 dies.
Also, I know we've been talking about Dragon Ball a lot, but hey, shout out to Dr. Slump. Shout out
Dragon
to
Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Shout out Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger. Sandland that's coming out soon. Shout out to that.
When's the release for that?
Not a one-trick pony. Not a one-trick pony, but like...
I'm not sure.
I will... Okay, let me say one thing. Let me just say one thing, because we haven't given Dragon Ball Super any love yet. So I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna go out on a limb and talk about
on your own,
real quick, just what I appreciated.
Go ahead.
In Dragon Ball Super. What Dragon Ball Super has given us with the whole God thing and all that stuff.
It's the tournament arc. That's about it.
The Tournament of Power, which was a really
Goku Black is
arc,
iconic,
right? But no. But
I didn't say good or bad. It's iconic.
Yeah, iconic bad. All right, no, that's okay. I'm good. Like, Fusamasu was made a gimmick, bro. Like, he had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to make that arc fire, and then they just they waxed it. They really, really waxed and dropped the ball on it, man. But it's okay.
They took off and then just
exactly like that. Nah. Tournament of Power was the shining star of Super. But But what it did is it allowed us to see some of the things that they made great in Z in the Buu saga. And I mentioned this on occasion. I thought why the Buu saga was my favorite saga in Dragon Ball was because it gave us hype. It gave us new villains, transformations, deaths, fusions, all of it, right? The Tournament of Power gave us the same shit. It gave us hype, new bad guys, super strong people, transformations, moments that are up there with the hypest moments in all of Dragon Ball.
Kamehameha surfing.
The swag surf Kamehameha. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro,
it had many. So shout out to the Tournament of Power for being the CPR that Super needed.
Okay.
But the anime. Now, the manga still, in my opinion, needs that same CPR. But in terms of where they are now, and even look, that Dragon Ball Super movie where Gohan, don't even talk to me about that, bro. That bullshit beast mode and all that, nah. No. You can miss me with that. But the Tournament of Power, when they was like, yo, Goku, you really about to make all of us fight for survival? He was like, yeah, see me about it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, you can see me about it. And everybody's looking at Goku like he's the villain. I'm just like, look, I'm just trying to figure it out, bro. Y'all gonna give it to me?
He hired
you know
Hit to kill him.
He hired Hit because he was like, bro, nobody's nice enough. Hit, can you kill me?
Try to kill him.
Like, and again, like I be exaggerating this to be funny, but like that's how Goku really. He's like, dog, I need to hire a universal fire hitman because I'm too nice. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine be Vegeta and be like, damn, like he ain't even going to you know what I'm saying? Golly, Vegeta sitting over here battling with the fact that this other universe got a whole Saiyan empire that he don't got. Looking at these mugs,
isn't it?
Like, I'm supposed to have all.
Isn't it something where? In Fighters, when Goku and Hit interact, and Hit be like, I can finally accomplish my mission or something like that.
But he can't. Like
you can't.
Like,
you can't.
But Goku blazed past him quick. You know what I'm saying? Broke all his limits and shit. You know, and Jiren pulled the same thing that Kid Buu did. Threw the Spirit Bomb back at him. Buu did it first. Okay, that was hype. Granted, Jiren just looked at it. Okay, Jiren just looked at it. Okay, Jiren just looked at it, but Jiren was OP. Like, remember all the Jiren Chuck Norris memes? Like,
sure.
Like the man was OD, and then of course they had the Goku wins, right? But Kid Buu did it first. Kid Buu was the first villain to ever throw the Spirit Bomb back at Goku. First villain. Anyways, that's my super shout out, and that's the only one that's coming out of this podcast.
The only one.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Shout out to Toriyama for giving us.
Shout out to Toriyama. RP Toriyama.
Him giving the Tournament of Power let me know that, like, okay, you still here for it. You still got it. Like,
yeah,
because that was prime time. Tournament of Power was prime time. We was tuned in to every episode, like who's fighting who, what's happening. Like, that was prime time. That was one of the I won't say it's the best tournament arc in anime, because I won't say that. There's a lot of really great tournament arcs in anime. But that was up there.
Yeah.
That was up there.
It was up there. It was up there, but it was definitely a good arc and everything that like you said, people were definitely watching week to week, because that's when I was interested in Super and everything, but
because the show wasn't the Goku Black arc, which
it was okay.
That could have been that could have been an email. Goku Black arc could have been an email.
Oh my God.
It could have been
bro.
It could have been an email, bro. Especially, oh man, Fuzemasu wins and then Zeno just comes. Nah.
Hard reset. The Sandland game based on Toriyama's work that came out.
Yeah, it's coming out in April
26th. You can pre-order now for PlayStation 5 and Steam.
Ooh, Steam. Shout out to Steam.
I want to get it.
I mean,
I'm going to check it out.
I do want to check it out. I mean,
I didn't hear a single yes.
I want to get it.
When I first saw it, when I first saw it announced, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. But I seen some gameplay. We'll see.
I want a demo.
That's funny. No, I I just threw the nugget out. Of course, you want a demo. You and your demo ass. You love you a demo. Let me demo this game.
I mean, speaking of a demo,
well, do we have anything else? Like, we made a lot of time about Toriyama, and there were some things to talk about.
Both of y'all,
and the compiled list of news that will wrap the episode. Well, not wrap, but move on into the episode about that Wavy compiled. Let's hit it then.
Yeah, I'll keep it short. So we've been talking about Akira for a long time, but RP Akira, we all miss you and everything. So, and you bless us with a nice, great series. So, and wishing loved ones on this family and his loved ones. So, but like I said, speaking of a demo and everything, it was spawn off of that. It looked like Stellar Blade that is coming soon. I think it's coming soon. I think in April or May.
It was May. I think it was May.
Yeah, I think it's coming. I think
it's coming in May.
It looks good, and PlayStation made a hiccup.
Don't it, fellas?
It made a hiccup basically this past weekend because they had like a demo of it up on a PS Store for like an hour. And it took it down immediately after they found out.
It was like, wasn't it because it was like the full game or something like that? It was like something more.
Nah, it was
the demo came out earlier than
a demo.
Even anticipated.
Yeah, but they took it down immediately. But there's like a and we posted this on our threads and stuff like that. But there's like a leaked version of the demo on YouTube, so y'all can check that out. We didn't put the actual link, we put the Reddit thread up there, but y'all can definitely check that out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's one of my go-to games. That's one of my games for this year. So I mean, when that demo comes out, I'm be excited when it actually comes out.
That game will be fire.
Yeah,
I can already tell. You seen them skins? Oh Jesus!
Oh man!
Shout out to Skins.
Are y'all looking for
as of this episode? Right. Spider-Man 2's Endgame new game plus and skins are out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, I mean,
those skins are lame, and
I think they're fire, but they're not making me want to play the game again. I mean, I will say that like I like how like if you get them, they go to like a charity or whatever. For like the app for youth kids like are trying to get into the gaming industry and stuff like that. So
for gamers against microtransactions. No, I'm just
CorneredFox has the most unimpressed look. Like,
bro, did y'all see them skins, bro?
I like the skins. I like them.
I do not. I do not like. Those aren't Spider-Man skins. Like those skins are trash. They're trash to me. They're ass.
It's very 90s. Very 90s.
They're very weak. They're very weak. I think that's the word you're looking for. They're very weak. They're all the Spider-Man costumes that y'all could have possibly made up. I'd go find somebody on the internet right now to make a better costume than that. I'm
pretty sure there was backlash on Miles Morales' last costume in the game.
Oh, that was trash too.
Yeah, it was.
They like doubled it.
One.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. They should have never did it, bro. Should have never did it. That's what I'm saying, man. See, they should have had a demo. They should have had that skin in the demo, so we could have said, take this out the main game, and then they've already done that. They could have did that, put that in a beta or something. That's some beta ass shit. That skin. Anyway, with the Killmonger haircut, like
with the Killmonger
hanging out the top, bro. Say, like hanging out at the top of your costume.
Black video
dog.
Game hair style number 3. Like
you're not that cool, dog. You're not that cool to where you need your hair hanging out the top of the costume like that, bro. Like you're not that cool.
Hey, all hair matters.
Like the cost, like like the mask part just stops up here. Like
it doesn't make any sense.
It don't make no sense, dog. Like I thought, like part of the suit was fire, but
yeah.
Also, not to take away from what you had, Wavy. Elden Ring has their DLC coming out.
That's on the show notes too.
It took so long.
I mean, we were talking about Dragon Ball, so
Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Take time. That's the problem with Pokemon right now. They're like
they have to follow up on this Power World thing. Like, what you finna do? What you finna do?
Bro, it's just the Elden Ring announced Shadow of the Erd Tree. What, like 100 years ago, and then the joint finally came out.
It takes time for people to make the
Cornered
DLC and stuff like that, yo.
Did the same thing. Breath of the Wild did the same thing.
You can't rush. You can't rush. You can't rush.
Y'all all are just talking shit at the same time, so I don't know what's happening.
You can't rush. You can't rush.
Yes, things do take time. Yes, exactly. Things take time. I understand, but I'm just saying, like, now I'm sitting here, like, here, it's funny. I had a conversation with some of my boys, in a different chat, and we was talking about Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm not trying to just sneak Baldur's Gate 3 into this. I'm not trying to. But
sure you're not.
When Baldur's Gate 3 came out and it was as good as it was, me, who's hyped about Dragon Age 4, like, I'm stressed now because I'm like, well, I'm still waiting for Dragon Age 4, but it's not going to be as good as Baldur's Gate 3. So now I'm just like over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not. It's not. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just in here like, what, I'm supposed to just go play Elden Ring? I can play
wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe if it came out in a timely manner, and it's not a knock on it. I'm not saying it ain't gonna be good. I know good things take time. Look, I'm a cyberpunk guy. I know things take time.
That's the definition. That's a quotable.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
you said take time, not take an era. Like,
hey, look, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like, that's a game that struggled to get the base, you know. But anyways, it's just one of those things. I'm kind of over it because it's a lot that I still got to get through. Baldur's Gate has kept me already. I still on Rebirth, like Elden Ring. You know, come on now. And Rebirth ain't even selling well.
You said it's not selling well?
Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, it is. Well, in Japan it is anyway.
There's been a decline in Final Fantasy, like, as a franchise sales. And I think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has been continuing the trend in that decline.
Well, Japan is selling really good right now.
Yes, Japan is selling really well right now. In America, it's not selling at the same rate.
Oh.
And it was the same thing with Final Fantasy 16, even though Final Fantasy 16 was amazing.
It was a good game.
Yeah, I thought that shit was fire. That could have been game.
That may have had something. That may have had something to do with why it wasn't. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, it's a new main line, and again, it's not like
I'm making $1 million less than my $2 million made last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't meet projections. It's not doing bad like other companies and not meeting 45% of their joints.
I'm gonna make an ignorant business statement. I don't know why we do projections.
Yeah, right. I imagine looking at this game. I imagine it'll make us like $2 billion. But only made us $45 million, sir. Gosh darn it!
I ain't never seen.
Let me come at you right here. Okay, sales data for Square Enix Final Fantasy VII Rebirth suggests that the second entry in the trilogy could be getting off to a weaker start compared to Final Fantasy VII Remake. By all accounts, Rebirth. This is from Comic Book Gaming. This is okay. By all accounts, Rebirth has been a big success for Square Enix so far. Not only is the Japanese publisher's latest Final Fantasy entry the highest rated game to this point in 2024, but longtime fans express nothing but adoration, blah, blah, blah. However, according to GamesIndustry.biz reporter Christopher Dring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth sales are down 30% compared to the opening sales figures for Final Fantasy VII Remake. This data only happens to be associated with sales that are taking place in the UK, which means that there's a small sample size of information for the time being. So, I mean, there's a lot of caveats. It's small.
Yeah, it's different countries and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of. So again, I'm not saying anything's in the hole or nothing like that. You know? Yeah. But anyways, all that to say, look, Elden Ring, I'm hyped for. I just wish it happened a little bit faster so I could play it before Baldur's Gate 3 basically told me.
I mean,
I don't need to play nothing else.
You got some time. It's coming out June 21st, so you got some time to prepare for it.
I'm playing Tekken and Helldivers right now. So like, you know, like
you got 3 months.
You got 3 months.
I don't play Elden Ring, so
that's your first problem. Okay? That's your first problem. You should have played Elden Ring.
I can't. It's too late.
Tell him you should have played Elden Ring.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. You got 3 months.
It's never too late.
But I know you did say something about. You said something about Dragon
Ball is coming out next year, so I'm sad. You know.
You said what?
Next game I wanted to play is coming out next year, so I'm sad anyway. So
what game is that?
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that last episode too. Well, in the season finale.
Sparking Zero
next year.
When does that come out?
Next year.
I don't know.
Projected. I mean,
that's probably after Wilds.
Maybe you're like, well then, whichever one comes first.
But Corner, you did say something about Dragon Age 4. and now it's in the show notes as well. That Jeff Grubb, he's known in the gaming industry. He has a couple podcasts and stuff like that. Gets a lot of insider information. He said that that Dragon Age 4, which will be called, I believe, it's called Dread something.
Oh yeah, Dreadwolf.
Dreadwolf.
Or Dread
it's supposed to be getting shown. I think this summer with a release date for next year. Well, for this year, later this year, I think.
Yeah, it's supposed to be coming out this year, which is good. Dragon Age is a phenomenal series. Dragon Age Origins, amazing.
BioWare, right?
Amazing. Yep. And Dragon Age 2, big drop on the ball, big ball drop. That was trash. Dragon Age 3 was fire, Inquisition, and if you take like Origins, but like a ton of other things that Larian added and different again, type of strategy tactics kind of elements into it, put it into it, you get Baldur's Gate and Divinity Original Sin type games. Baldur's Gate 3 happened to be the peak of those games, which is fire. And if Dragon Age 4 goes back to being like the Dragon Age Origins formula, even then it ain't going to be as good as Baldur's Gate 3. But that would be I'm at the point where I want Larian to do Knights of the Republic 3 or a remake. Like I would commit crimes for them to make that game.
Allegedly?
No, it wouldn't be alleged. I would do it, I would.
You heard it first here, folks.
Right. I said I would, hypothetically.
What did Frosty say in the beginning? Like, we found him. He found him.
Man, Corner be incriminating himself on this podcast often. If they ever come and got him now at season 5, they're not going to.
Bro, I didn't do anything. All right, this is all hypothetical. Look, if they want to get me for LimeWire, okay, get me for LimeWire. All right, get me for LimeWire. But you know what? I could have Googled LimeWire and it'll show up first. Okay, so what that means? All right, that joint readily available. I wasn't selling it. All right, what are you talking about here? All right, I wasn't selling bootlegs.
I tell you what, too. Oh god, there was what was I? Oh, dang! I actually forgot.
It'd be like that. It'd be like that. Well, Wavy, let's touch on the other bits of news, and then we'll pull like one more to talk about before we wrap up. So let's just like run through these highlights really quick for this news up to now.
Okay.
All right. Bet. Well, this is something from Respawn. One of I know a lot of people's favorite developers right now, especially because of the Star Wars series. But this has to do with Titanfall. The director came out recently saying that I think Insider Gaming came out with an article saying that the Respawn director of Titanfall 1 and 2 are making another game, but unfortunately, it's not Titanfall 3. But it's in the Titanfall universe. It's in the Titanfall universe. I will start by saying that's a bummer because I want Titanfall 3. Titanfall 2 was fire.
Right, please. That joint was amazing.
So that needs to come out now.
That joint was amazing.
And I'm still not forgiving. I don't know. Somewhere on the internet last year, someone was teasing, or maybe early this year. I'm not sure. They were teasing like a release date, and it had like it was from Respawn. So everyone was saying, "Oh, it could be Titanfall 3 trailer or some kind of like something," and it didn't come to fruition of anything. So, I mean, yeah, that sucks.
It's far more lucrative, I guess, for them to pour more money into Apex and.
You need to stop doing that.
Yeah, take away Drew's lifeline.
Just like that's what I was going to say before. When I lost my thought, I was going to talk about Respawn and Star Wars Outlaws that should be out, I think, this year.
I think that should be coming out later this year. It should be coming out later this year.
Podcast is TBD.
But I was thinking like before Knights of the Republic 3, we got to get past Outlaws.
I mean, do we though? Maybe I'll just take the remake of Knights of the Republic 1.
Well, they have to give us what we want, not what we're actually asking.
I love you said that. I love that.
I was waiting for your face to change there.
I want Knights of the Old Republic.
Well, I think the developer I think they left Embracer Group or something like that. So I think that that remake I think could be back sometime. I'm not sure I don't know if I read that right before, but I think that remake may not be dead now because they had to embrace it or something like that. I'm not sure.
That joint is dead until like I see some gameplay.
They said the same thing about Metroid, and then Dread came out.
But that's different. That's Nintendo. That's different. They're different.
They are different. They're very different.
Nintendo is different. Like Nintendo has not quite like let us down on I guess some of their mainline releases. Actually, I take that back because I need.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. La. Don't say that. Don't say that. That
Why not?
was a masterpiece. Oh my god, that was a masterpiece.
Well, I was like, what did I say? I'm sorry.
Don't like Tears of the Kingdom that. Yeah.
Don't get you excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tears of the Kingdom.
to follow up on Twilight Princess, I would love to see.
Why
Bro, like when I
so
tell you, like,
up?
I mean, the small story is that like my first Zelda game, well, at least, mainline, I think was Ocarina of Time. Then I played like the Game Boy one, so like Link to the Past, all that stuff or whatever. But like I don't really beat those until like later. I think I got it on. Anyway, I think I beat that one finally when it came out. The remake came out like Game Boy Advance, something like that. Then I beat like one of the originals. But like between that, I never played Majora's Mask. I beat Wind Waker, which was like to me is one of my all-time like faves, like period in general. And then Twilight Princess, I think for me brought the like series back into my awareness really. And that the way that game went, like every game tackled like that situation differently. I love the iterations of Link and how that goes, but like the music for that game, the seriousness tone for that game, like especially like the scene where like he's running around the curve on Ipana chasing the hogs for like kidnapping people or whatever, like that game is just top notch. I feel like, and if anything, if you touch it, you better touch it with love. I'm just saying, like.
I mean, Nintendo like usually does that with their games, like their flagship games anyway. So sometimes, not all the time.
Princess Peach Showtime.
I did play that demo yesterday. Actually,
well, what you think?
I played the demo yesterday. It's short, but it's cool. It's cool. Like it's they don't have something like it's not like a parry system, but it's something like it's like a dodge system they have in there, where like if you dodge at a certain time, then like you can go behind the enemy, or like you can slow down time a little bit and like really take the advantage when you're battling and stuff. So that's a cool part, and it's still like, and then they have like a certain level where like you're the sword fighter Peach, and then you have like the I guess a pastry Peach or whatever. In a pastry level, that's like more of like it's almost like you're playing a Mario Party mini game, like for that whole level and stuff like that. But it was fun. I mean, it's on Nintendo eShop right now. It's like I said, it was probably like maybe 40 minutes or an hour, depending on what you're doing in there. So
that's
I'm
with that. That's good. I mean, I'm glad that you say it's good as long as now it's like, does good sell games? It's an interesting point. It's like the demo did the demo lock in its claws into your wallet?
For me, no, it did not. But the thing is, I wasn't really like looking for that game to begin with. Like I was like hyped that she was getting a game finally, but when I heard about it, I was like, I might get it, I might not. It may be on a sale, but Nintendo don't make no sales in their first party games, so
second hand on a sale.
But if you want to speak on stay on Nintendo, right? They were just in a legal battle. Well, I ain't gonna say a legal battle. The Yuzu emulator that has a lot of like Switch games and stuff like that. Nintendo sent the ninjas out on them and basically sued them, and it ended up. I think earlier this week they came out and said that they're gonna shut down Yuzu, and Yuzu is gonna settle out of court and they're gonna pay Nintendo $2.5 million.
Yep,
with an M.
So,
got him.
The ninjas come out, man. Don't mess the ninjas, man. They will.
If there's one thing Nintendo is good at, it is protecting their IP.
Yeah. I think when
they're beyond good at that. They are legendary. I mean, good is real. Good is truly an understatement. Like we've heard so many stories about that. like endless stories, like too many stories to the point where like even if I had a good idea, I'd be discouraged from trying because of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, wouldn't it be cool if they did? You know what?
Nope.
Like, they barely got Power World out the door. Like,
clearly they are not threatened by Power World, and I think they're not really the reason.
They should be, but they're not.
I don't think they should be. Look, Pokemon and Nintendo has an empire. They got an empire.
There's a part of me that agrees that I actually think that they are not as scared of Power World as everybody thinks they should be.
They aren't worried. They aren't worried. They know that Power World is a fad.
That's crazy. Like the fact that we're looking at the two sides of the screen for the recording of the podcast, y'all. You just see two sides of the argument. You see Cornered at the top and True Noob at the bottom. Just nah. Representing Nintendo, like, thanks for that check. About. They're not worried.
Bro,
I mean, Powerball did just hit 25 million players. So,
bro, Pokemon has a worldwide known card game, a worldwide known set of movies, anime,
video games, the games, several
the games that came out on Game Boy. We were just talking about Toriyama and what Dragon Ball did for us. What did Pokemon do for us? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
gonna say Dragon
it did
Ball.
A lot. Not saying I'm not saying it did the same. Yeah, Pokemon did a lot for us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I mean, we're talking. We've been following Pokemon for generations.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That is one.
Like, I will name everybody in this chat to name 10 pals. Name them.
I cannot.
Right. Please, in your sleep, you can name 50 Pokemon in your sleep.
Yeah.
That's the impact.
You want me to do it in rap form, or you want me to do it in stand?
That's the.
I was gonna say that shit too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You could name Pokemon that people don't even care about, dog. That's how many Pokemon y'all know. We could talk about Chansey and
Mightyena slept on. That's all I'm gonna say. Mightyena slept on. Absol,
bro. We don't
represent the normals.
Like represent the normals. we don't shout out normal types, bro. Don't do that. Don't expose yourself like that.
Shout out normal.
Right? We don't do that. He said shout out the normals.
You learn every type of move. I'm just saying.
No, don't do that, bro. He says shout out the normals. Bro, it's so many times now. You must be on Yu-Gi-Oh! Gen 1. Like, you must be out here using what is it? Celtic Guardian. Like, there are
decks around there. I'm just saying,
I bet there are. I bet there are.
This guy's tribute summoning over here.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be mad when the person puts out an effect that stops fusion, special, and Xyz, and you still tribute summoning, and that's how you get the dub. Shout out to the old school, because their opponent don't think you finna do that, and your opponent don't think you finna do it, and you do it, and they be like, "Yeah, GG."
Oh, have y'all ever seen the trend? This is a slight derail. I'm sorry. Wavy, you probably seen it on TikTok. It's like the 90s. They've been roasting the 90s NBA. Like, it's like a whole TikTok joint.
I haven't seen that. Nah.
It's like we're over the 90s or we're past the 90s or something. And people just been posting 90s NBA clips of them being not as good as everybody be like. And it is so funny, dog. Like, it was this one dude. He had a video, and it was like Sean Kemp hitting a shot from right inside the 3-point line, and it was like, look at his range, such a deep shot. And this dude was like, bro, it was a 2-pointer. He was like, that's a regular shot. He was like, I've seen KD hit that 1,000 times. And then Michael Jordan on the first shot of the 96 finals hit the side of the backboard. He was like, we clowned Westbrook for that. Like, what? This is Michael Jordan in the finals. And I was there's a whole bunch of TikTok videos that is going in on tonight. This is just a new generation. They funny and all. But like this, I thought was hilarious because people be like, "Oh, get off my lawn!" Like this is my like, "Oh no, these new Pokemon, they ain't got nothing on Dragonite." You know what I'm saying? That's me. That's me. But like in reality, like they do. Come on, like the stats aren't the same. It's different. So
Fairy type came in and said, "Dragon who?"
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I was hurt because Dragon already had too many weaknesses to me. I was like, okay, first of all, you weak to ice and you weak to dragon type, bruh. Come on now. Excuse me.
Ghost that was good until dark.
Yeah, right. Until dark. They did kind of shaft people who was like ghost type fans. And that was kind of tragic. Like, anyways, I know we going all over the place, but I don't know. It was you spawned it.
It's a very solid one.
You were right. You said you're right. Pal World, like, if you were to ask me to name one pal, I only know one off the top of my head, and that's Anubis. That's it.
There's an Egyptian god. It's not even a name. That's not even a name.
That's right.
Like, that's crazy. I mean,
yeah. There's Yormintide, and then there's what's the other one?
I don't know.
It's like something thing, something hell or something.
Relaxosaurus, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But like that's the thing. Like, what's a Relaxosaurus? Come on now, Snorlax is iconic, bro. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Like, Pokemon is not worried. Like, maybe if Pal World had like 6 generations of consistent success, maybe.
It'd be funny if they named it like Apnea, like sleep apnea, CPAP machine.
He said
Apnea.
Like Pokemon ain't even like phased by Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! And vice versa.
Like in different lanes, though.
They be chilling off each other.
Well, it's kind of like Smash Brothers. It's kind of like Smash Brothers and like multiverses. What was it? Dang it.
Multiverses?
Multiverses, and then there's the other one.
Another one. The Nickelodeon John?
The other one's name. Yeah.
All-Stars Brawl?
All-Stars?
It's
All-Stars Brawl.
About that.
PlayStation All-Stars. PlayStation All-Stars Battle.
Should have been something, but they didn't do it right.
That one had potential.
It had potential.
Like my old football coach says, potential just means you ain't done shit yet. That's what my football coach used to say. But yeah, you got potential. That just means you ain't done shit yet. Like, when you done shit, then we can talk.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Moving on. I'll just share a couple more things. Outside of PlayStation related news, actually, right now, it was rumored like a while ago that I almost said Game of Thrones. Wow, Ghost of Tsushima was coming to PC. They'll say that the announcement was going to come in March 5th, which was earlier this week, and those fortunes came true because on March 5th. PlayStation announced that Ghost of Tsushima will be coming to PC on May 16th. And I think they announced earlier, before that Horizon Forbidden West will be coming to PC on March 21st.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got some more first-party PlayStation games coming to PC, which I think they're leaning towards that now a lot more better and stuff like that, especially with Xbox doing it and stuff like that. I think they're just trying to get that. I think they're starting to realize that the exclusive can only work for so long, and they're going to start doing the PC as well. Like, maybe not as a long gap, like 2 years after the exclusive came out. Probably going to start doing it like probably a couple months after the exclusive came out on PS5 or PlayStation or something like that. So
that's interesting too, because then you got, not to bring it right back to Nintendo, but like Nintendo's been all exclusive. As we're talking about the Yuzu emulator.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting that they're actually going with this strategy of honestly
cross-gen. No, not
cross-gen.
I guess like cross-plat. I think is what you're saying. Cross-platform.
I was going to say cross-player, cross-platform, but like they're allowing years after they use that title to push their own game. They're putting it on other things. Monster Hunter did a similar thing where when Rise came out, it was only on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But then it slowly came out on Xbox, PS4 and 5, I think, and then Steam. It was just later releases. And so I wonder why.
But the Monster Hunter franchise had always kind of been.
Yeah, well, it had, a lot of it had been
yes.
handhelds before. But like,
Yeah.
it is interesting that now Xbox and PlayStation are adapting this strategy.
I mean, is it?
Whereas Nintendo's strategy, at least from what I've seen, has just been exclusivity, push systems, and just innovate on what entertainment is. Whereas Xbox seems to focus on power and graphics
and
not power and graphics. The hell?
And just like they always tout that the next Xbox system is the most powerful.
That's what they keep on. That's what they said in the podcast.
They always say, they tout power and graphics, especially when you look at the old Xbox Series commercials.
Mm-hmm.
But where PlayStation seems to land on is a version of the exclusivity, like these games that you really love, Ghost of Tsushima,
God of War, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank.
Keep going. Preach. Keep going.
Yeah, like God of War. Like these things are only on PlayStation, and they're great single player stories that make you like immersed, and you can only get them there.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think they're also starting to see that, like, like I said before, them sales, like, they're selling a lot, but they can sell a whole lot more if they put them on PC as well. So that's probably why they're starting to do it.
Not only that, but per usual, mod support is always key.
Exactly. The mods.
I might as well give you the game to have access to in some type of way. Then you're probably ripping it and making your own and making a profit off of it. Not a profit, because modders don't make money off it. They just show their prowess on what they can do, which then probably put it on their resume.
But then that's the double-edged sword of modding, because then you get people that mod things into the game that cause incompatibility between versions, and then, censoring, whatever they want to do. And so, because a thought just occurred to me, I was like, why don't they make a console kind of like the Steam Deck, where you can have all the titles there, exclusive or not, but then you also have the capability to make the game your own, to mod it, PlayStation mod or something like that.
They could lean into that. That'll be on PlayStation though. Yeah, that'll be on PlayStation though if they decided to do that.
It's just it's just too niche of a market. I think it's really just a small market that for right now it's served by people with PCs, and even folks with I would love to know the percentage of people who PC game that actively mod. I mean, I do, but really when I do, I play the vanilla game first, and then I go and mod it to keep it new and fresh. Like, for example, if I had Spider-Man on PC, I would have played the joint, and then I would have modded the old voice actor face.
You would have done anything else? No, that's all. No, that's it.
I don't know why they stand by that new model. I do not know why they.
I mean, we've talked about that before. It's like matching. I think we've talked about it in other episodes, like 2 other instances. I think are episodes, and I think it's a matter of like his face matches, the current face matches, but like the voice actor better. Like that was whatever. And then 8-bit, I think, was like, they say that, but you know what I'm saying. So it's like written off.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I was gonna say how many black hairstyle mods that I'd be looking for. Look, for real.
And how much time did he pass where he just grew that out? Because he had to cut in miles, and then, then 2, it's just like, oh dang, that joint was grown and cultivated. Like it's not even a process. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And honestly, like, it wasn't even a problem for me like that until like I don't know. I feel like when it got leaked, that was bad, because I was just like I could have waited till the game, and I would have at least accepted a little bit more, and I still would have hated it. But seeing it in advance,
I would have hated it.
Either way, I would have hated it, to be honest. But and then not only that, the hairstyle's gonna be in Dragon's Dogma 2. They put out the Dragon's Dogma 2 character creator early, like that. The Killmonger hairstyle is there. It is there. Granted, they got some.
It's not even, and for people like people that have come on our social media, other creators' social media that we do. I'll just say this: people are like, well, why are y'all so mad? It's not even that the style is horrible; it's that it's just become a universal style representing people of color, or like
that. Yeah, like
it's not that the style is bad. Like, if you want to rock it, fine. I like it. Then fine. you can have it. But that's not the point we're trying to make here. Like, just don't make that like a staple jaw, like the Fade or this or the Killmonger. Like, don't. It's the idea of limits that we don't like. Not that we dislike the hairstyle. Yeah. Okay, just putting out there for people that want to think that we just hate something because, like,
I don't like.
Cornered said, I'm sorry. Let me stop speaking for everybody.
Like there's time.
Cornered said, no, I don't like it.
No, I don't. I don't. I mean, no. I just think. Look, if anybody can wear whatever hairstyle they want, but I think it goes to your earlier point where, as a representation of like, it's like it's become the black male monolithic young hairstyle, where I have a young African American male character. What hairstyle are they gonna have?
This one. Yep.
This is my point of reference for it.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be the high nappy fade, and now it's this, and before that in games, good luck, right? You had to make your character bald. Man. That's the only way. That's what you had to do. You had to make them bald.
Or cornrows.
Or give them the dirty cornrows with no edges and no texture in between the cornrows. Like, nah, son. Like, that's what you had to do if you was black. So, like, this being like, oh, this is what it is. It's as the default. It's a little, and especially, look, I got locks. I've seen and I've had so many styles and see them. Like, all y'all got to do is just talk to some people. Talk to a black hairstylist, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? And just pick some. Like, but it don't have to be this. Like,
I think one thing we'll talk about in another episode is sourcing. I think I would love to have Desert Skies on as a because he's a part of the game design industry, and probably another guest that we've talked about. You know, hopefully we'll have them on at some point. But no, you know what I'm saying. But like, because there's companies that people have been mad at. I think that consulted Suicide Squad and 8-Bit actually talked about this on his social. Follow him, 8-Bit Closed Fist. That people would be mad at like the decisions that this company got consulted to help Suicide Squad game do. And it's like, well, that's y'all's fault. Y'all consulted them to do this. And it's like the consulting firm's point is to just consult you. What you decide to do with that information is up to you as the company. So now we're wondering if we're talking about, I wonder if black hairstyles are under the same consultation or if they ask consulting firms, like, what do you guys think about these hairstyles in our game? That's a conversation to have.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Especially with Suicide Squad. Well, Suicide Squad, I commend them because I haven't played the game, but I know what's his name, Deadshot. His lineup is crispy. That's probably one of the crispiest lineup I've seen in a video game in a long time for a black guy.
They talk to some.
Yeah, they just got to talk to us.
That lineup was crispy.
They just got to get consultation from us.
Fuganame Studios at gmail.com.
Right.
We'll draw it down. You know, you want to know if your hairstyle is appropriate for a young black
get player preference from us. We get hairstyle talks from Sony. Get story writing concepts from One True Noob.
That's right.
Fuganame Studios at gmail.com.
That's right.
There you go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We will make your shit fire.
Yeah.
It's the last topic I'll go on. Is also PlayStation. But this week still going on Ghost of Tsushima. The source that said Ghost of Tsushima that will be coming to PC, the announcement will be coming on March 5th. That person also said that he thinks that Ghost of Tsushima 2 is rumored to be getting announced at the next PlayStation Showcase either in May or June. So I hope that's really true. I mean, I'm probably more on the believing side of it now, just because like what he did say was true about the PC port announcement coming March 5th. So I mean, what do y'all think about this rumor? Like, I think it's true. I hope that it is true. Like, I mean that, because that is like part of the time where usually we get E3 and stuff like that, and this PS Showcase will be a part of that E3 kind of like replacement. So that's when the big.
I hope Burnout hasn't touched it. Like with Rise of the Ronin coming out soon, other game styles like it. Say it again.
There's levels to this. It's levels to this. Ain't no burnout.
So the name of the franchise was like Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, 2. Oh, fantastic.
No, it's definitely gonna hold itself. Like, because the last one should have won Game of the Year. So I mean, that's what you mean.
Okay, yes, all of the candidates that were there should have won Game of the Year.
You're all pretty.
Yeah. They were all, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Trials of Mana, like Last of Us 2. They were
Fun fact: Trials of Mana was not up for that award. Actually, I thought it was, but it's not. It wasn't up for that award.
I'm pretty sure Trials of Mana was.
It wasn't. I looked it up recently. I was trying to fact check it. I don't think it was. I don't think it was, yo.
It should have been.
It should have been, but I don't think it was. Yeah, it was only Ghost of Tsushima, Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing, New Horizons. I don't know why. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Last of Us 2, and then Hades.
You gotta love the ambiance of the keyboard typing, y'all. For those that are listening on the radio, podcast.
Hey, look, that's perfectly fine. I was perfectly fine with my career's crossing. I was perfectly fine with Last of Us 2 winning because I thought Last of Us 2 was fire. So, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, if it won, I wouldn't have been mad. Yeah. But
I just hope 2 builds on more of like 1. Like, I mean, I want more of 1, but introduce some other stuff too. Like
that wasn't like how God of War Ragnarok was robbed.
Yeah.
By Elden Ring. That was a robbery.
I mean, I'm not gonna speak on that, but
you can if you want to. I mean, the fact is,
I didn't play Elden Ring, so I can't speak on that.
Yeah, I know. You've just spoken on it. You've just spoken on it because you did play Ragnarok.
And seeing as I play both in that camp now, I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah, because Ragnarok was the better game.
Like Elden offered a different experience, but Ragnarok was a better experience from beginning to end. Yeah, but Elden Ring, period. It could have, yeah.
Yeah, better game. Got robbed. Robbery. Should have won Game of the Year. Didn't. It's like Nas when he got robbed by what's his name? Instead of Life is Good winning the Grammy.
Who did he get robbed by that year?
Wasn't it Drake?
Oh, no, was it? Damn, can I remember he was nominated for. I know Drake won Take. Drake won for Take Care. I know that, and that was 20. That probably was 20. That probably was the same year. Yeah, I think so.
The Google.com search. Fact checking at its finest.
Life is Good got the Grammy Award nomination 2013.
That was 2013.
Yeah.
So that was probably the same year as Life is Good. Then it could be.
Yep. Take Care won. Which shout out to Take Care. I'm not saying Elden Ring wasn't good.
I'm gonna let you finish. But.
Right, I'm gonna let you finish. But the game of the year was God of War Ragnarok. Oh, the one that put out DLC a long time ago, right after In Momentum, that everybody played and enjoyed, and increased the story and the lore. Come on now, the one that's got everybody wondering what's coming next.
Oh yeah. So 2013, best rap album was 2 Chainz based on true story, Lupe Fiasco, Fuma Looker 2, Nas Life is Good, The Roots Undone, Rick Ross, God Forgives I Don't.
How do you beat all of that? That's crazy.
Yep.
That's right. All right.
I mean, to be fair, Fuma Looker 2 was great, but it wasn't like.
Fuma Looker 2 was fire.
It was fire, but it wasn't like his other work.
Yeah,
you know
it wasn't Life is Good. Life is Good. Life is Good was Flames.
Exactly.
But
with that all being said,
whatever.
News for days. Again, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama, and all the topics that we talk about. Henceforth, that's a wrap, squad. Be sure to check us out all across social media at Fukaname. Catch previous episodes of our podcast on whatever podcast streaming service you prefer. We are there. Guaranteed. Be sure to check out our website for the podcast links. We have updated the website a little bit just to focus on the podcast. So all our episodes are right there for you guys who want to be on your computer listening. It's right there. Fukaname.com. Squad, close out with your socials. Oh, and I've been your host, FrostyPhenix. Catch me across the web at FrostyPhenix, FrostyPhenix. Squad, close out with your socials.
Yo, thank y'all again for listening to this episode of Phuca-Pod. Of course, it's WaveyGawd. Follow me at WaveyGawd on Twitter. X and Instagram at WAVII_GAWD. You know, the sneaker lover, anime watcher, and video game player. You know, next week, the next episode is gonna be like probably more of a topic base we haven't figured out yet, but there's a lot of news to how to make it as a topic base for the next time. So definitely be with us for that. And you know, when this episode drops, you know, always rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts as well, you know, to help us, you know, bring the good news to you guys. So next squad member, it's your turn.
Peace. What's good, y'all? I've been CorneredFox, aka Leroy Justice.
I have to be counting. I just want to see how far you go every time.
Might as well. You know, whatever. Do it.
Nah, it's okay.
Just do it.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop at one speed wonder, man. Look, thanks for rocking with us. R.I.P. Akira Toriyama, legend, pioneer for anime and manga. You know, set the stage for a lot of what we got today. So big shout out. You know, we're gonna continue to carry his legacy every time we talk about Dragon Ball, every time we talk about any anime, really, you know, we got to pay homage to where it comes from. And, you know, what it is by understanding the history and all the things that have happened, we can appreciate its contribution. You know, we appreciate his contribution to the world of anime, manga, nerddom, and everything. So that's why we talk about all these things. So look, y'all can catch me at Fukuname. You can catch me at Sonny Burns, SANIBURNS. I don't be on there posting nothing, so if you want to, do so at your own leisure. But look, as usual, thanks for rocking with us. You got it, Mark.
Yep. One True Noob here. Thank you for joining the podcast. As always, you know, rate 5 stars out of 5 stars. I will definitely have more news about Sanctus. Kind of in the middle of a project going on right now with it. So do stay tuned. Getting the socials worked on right now as well. So again, I'll bring you that information next time I'm on the podcast. Rip Akira Toriyama, again, legend. It's been said, everybody's taken everything I wanted to say.
No, not the end of that, but yeah, like, we could be saying it all day.
We could be saying it all day. The man truly impacted millions with not just the creativity of his storytelling, but just a visionary as to how shonen manga is told.
Yeah.
One thing I will close on, shout out to Tony Weaver Jr. He's the CEO of his own company, writes his own manga. Shout out to him. The story I didn't know as we close out is Akira Toriyama participated in a manga contest, a manga drawing contest, while in between jobs. He lost that contest, but someone approached him with an opportunity to draw something, to draw any new character, keep coming with ideas. He kept coming with ideas, took it upon himself until Dr. Slump got off the ground. And he was going to quit. But the person at the time, I forget the gentleman's name, said, write me one more thing. And that was Dragon Ball. And here we are today. Don't give up on your dreams. Oh,
never give up, guys.
Never
you know what I'm saying?
Never give up.
Keep trying to write
That's fire.
Yeah. RP Akira Toriyama, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to see his work, go watch all your shonen anime you watch right now. Just look at the work, look at the stories. You'll see his influence right there. So,
all right, squad. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.